What's up, guys? It's meteorologist Andrea Myers bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor. You guys can go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. So there's quite a bit to talk about. That's why we're running a little bit behind today. So, you know, on those days where it's a little late on the forecast, we've got an active week ahead. So Storm System Carter is officially making its debut today, trekking across the southern plains and then through the southeast into the next couple of days. And so we're going to take a look at all of our risks, our setup, what we're going to talk about in terms of what kind of severe chances we're seeing. So yes, today it's the southern plains, tomorrow it's the southeast and Mississippi Valley, and then more for the southeast through the middle of the week with this system. So we're going to break it all down for you guys in a moment. But before we get to all that, come check us out at the Beacon Grand opening, guys. We're going to be in Aurora, Colorado on April 14th. And so you can come see us there at 14200 East Moncrief Place. And with that, you get a chance to win a new UTV. So kind of a cool prize there. Come say hello and check out the new Beacon location on April 14th. So now moving into yesterday's storm reports, we did get a little bit of activity into yesterday evening. First through Florida, had a couple of severe hailstones passing through just southwest of the Miami metro area, so got a little bit of hail out there. And then jumping back up into the Oklahoma area, got even more severe hail, mostly quarters to $half through with all of that, but all the way from just south of 40 and just northwest of 44, got some severe hail moving through there with some of the storms that we saw passing through last night. That system is continuing into today, and it's going to ramp up a little bit. So right now we've got a low pressure system making its way over the Rocky Mountains, and then we've got a shortwave or just a smaller disturbance out ahead of that that's going to fuel all of our storms into today. And then once that low catches up, all the chaos is going to ensue. So first, starting out in Florida, because we do also have a risk for you guys down in the Miami area. We got quarters to $half possible, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Got a severe thunderstorm already going right now today so that would be 1 p.m. Eastern time, making its way through the northern part or just north of Miami there. And we're going to continue to see some scattered lingering storms as that sea breeze interacts with some of that inland air, and we'll continue to see storm development through there with some hail chances. Then through the southern plains, it's going to be a different story, more chaotic through Oklahoma, Texas, and the southern Mississippi Valley for today. So we've got some storm development happening through south central Oklahoma. That's going to continue for the early part of this afternoon, and then we're also going to see that spreading southwestward through the west central part of Texas there, and some more coming up through off of the Rio Grande, and those could be singular cells. So the key for today is how long these storms can stay singular. If we can get them to stay isolated for long enough, we could form some pretty decent hail sizes into later this evening. Now, if they band up, it's going to be mostly a wind threat, and you guys know the drill with that. We could see some spin-up tornadoes as well as some supercell structures coming through the central part of Texas. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. But for now, looking at warm, unstable conditions there, 73 degrees in Dallas, 76 in Houston, and then once we get out into Miami where our other risk is, 78 degrees, so plenty of heat to go through there. Also plenty of humidity here, so 70-degree dew points in Corpus Christi. It was like 76 down there, so really humid air down there, 59 degrees in Dallas, so just a touch drier, but still got plenty to go around. And then we've got those nice warm dew points down in central Florida, and with that we could see some severe development into this afternoon. There's our CAPE, our instability values through southern Florida, so we're kind of going to be jumping back and forth here for today. But here's our instability values for the Miami area. We got very unstable conditions right around Miami by 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. As those storms continue to develop in those areas, that's going to give us plenty of chances for hail through there this afternoon. Now, again, as the day goes on, as the sun goes down, we're going to start to see those CAPE values diminish a little bit, but they should linger for long enough for those storms to be able to produce some severe hail. Now for our future radar for Miami, this is what we've got, and we're going to jump up to the Central Plains in a moment here, but you know, we got these singular cells that are already developing here around noon, and this is by 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to continue seeing those all the way from Fort Myers down into the southern end of Florida there, and with those could be our hail chances. By 6 p.m. we're starting to see those spread northward there. However, there's not as much instability in the north central part of the peninsula. So, these still have a chance to produce some hail, but we're looking at the bulk of severe chances to be happening in the far southern part of Florida there. So, and then, as the evening goes on, as those instability values diminish, we're going to start to see those moving off the coast. So there we are by 9 p.m., moving still a little bit over 95 corridor, but then by the late evening and into the overnight hours, that should diminish and those should be out of your area. Then moving up into the Central Plains. So here's where we're going to get the bulk of the risk for today. If you guys are anywhere in Central Texas, could see some hail chances for today, and then that's going to move eastward mostly as a wind threat into tonight and tomorrow morning. So by 4 p.m. Central, we're going to see nice, moderate, significant hail model values, specifically near the San Angelo area, Wichita Falls, and down by Del Rio, where those storms are initiating. That's where we could see some larger hail. So there we are by 4, and then it's going to develop a little bit and then start to taper off as that band pushes eastward, and then that band is going to be continuing to set up through central Louisiana, and you can see it moving into those moderate hail values by tomorrow morning, but the bulk of those hail chances will come from these warmer values that are sitting through west central Texas into this afternoon. So now for what that all is going to play out like on our forecast radar here. So getting some lingering cell development through eastern Texas. A couple of those could produce some quarters or half dollars, but we're really watching this system here that's setting up right along I-44 through the Wichita Falls area. By 4, we could see some of those cells, again, isolated, and with those we could get some rotation and also get some potential updrafts forming some hail. So as those go by 4 p.m., we're going to see them really blow up shortly, like in a couple hours. And then as those track towards 35, I'm going to see them start to cluster up together. So again, that's going to be a huge factor in our hail sizes that we see today. Starting to cluster up together, but we still get some loners that are starting to develop to the southwest of the main line. Those could produce some large hail. And then we're really watching these singular supercells that are going to be coming off of the Rio Grande and moving up into central Texas. The models have been fairly consistent in showing a few of them tracking northeastward, and with those we could get some large hail as well. Then by 10 p.m. that band is starting to move into the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area, but again, it's still broken, so there are chances that we could see severe hail along with that severe wind. That's likely to occur in the DFW area by around 10. And then as those track eastward along I-20, we're going to see that start to move into Shreveport, and here we are by 6:30 a.m. as that line of thunderstorms, and with that bow shape that we see here, that's all that wind behind it that's driving that rain forward, and so we'll probably see some very strong winds ahead of this line into tomorrow morning as this gets ready to head into the Jackson, Mississippi area for tomorrow's risk. So now, forecast max hail size today, we're expecting some initial development to show some large hail, could be up to tennis ball size. With that, that's going to be very scattered with those singular supercells. However, non-zero chance that we could see some large hail into this afternoon and evening. So for you guys out in west central Texas, that's where we're expecting that to develop with that larger hail, again, as things stay singular. So jumping down first to Florida really quick, if you guys are in Miami, quarters to half dollars possible anywhere from the south central part of the peninsula all the way down to southern Florida with those scattered cells that are going to continue to develop this afternoon and evening. But then if you guys are up near the Mississippi Valley area and in Texas, that's where our hail chances are going to increase a little bit, and our wind chances are as well. So quarters possible through Jackson and New Orleans, simply because things are looking more like a gusty wind threat for you guys, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But mostly going to be wind by the time we reach Jackson and New Orleans. Shreveport, moderate chance for you guys to see hail. Some of that could be quarter to half dollar as well as we get that broken band that's continuing to develop over you. Then jumping eastward through DFW, moderate chance. Again, similar to Shreveport, that band is developing as it gets over you. The degree of development is going to impact what that hail size is going to be for you guys in DFW, but quarters to $half possible. And you know, we're cutting off that golf ball swath right before it gets to you because it looks, again, like it is probably going to be a band at the time that it reaches you. San Antonio, things are going to be pretty isolated over that area. So low end chance to see hail for you guys, but quarters to $half are not out of the question. But then we get out near Del Rio, near San Angelo, and near Wichita Falls, and that's where we'll see that initial development of those storms. And with any of those loner storms in that unstable environment, we could see some larger hail sizes. So 2.5 inches is not out of the question for this area of initial development for our storms this afternoon and evening. Then into our wind chances for tomorrow. Oh wait, actually no, we're going to do our city forecast first and then we're going to jump into our wind forecast, sorry. But for DFW, low end chance of seeing above golf balls for tonight, again for the aforementioned reasons of the whole band situation. Could get some 1-inch hail. Our max hail size that we're putting you at right now is going to be $half for this evening into tonight. Storms are likely going to reach your area by around 10 p.m. and then be out of your neck of the woods by 1 a.m. So should be a pretty quick system in and out, but again, we could get a chance for some severe hail with that in the quarter to $half size range. Then for Wichita Falls, again, since you're in that area of initial development, that max hail size is going to be higher at possibly 2.5 inches. Likely to see some hail in your area in the severe limits, so the chance of 1-inch hail is high. That chance of greater than golf ball sized hail is down to moderate, you know, since we're going to see where those stronger supercells lie. However, again, if you can get hit by a larger hailstorm, the chance of seeing large hail is high. So watching you guys around 4 p.m. is when your storms are going to start, and then 10 p.m. they should be out of your area. So it's going to be a longer storm system for you guys, since again it's going to continue to develop over your area through the afternoon and evening. So again, if you guys are leaving work around 5, or if you're planning on anything tonight for roofing or just hanging out, just be aware that those storms are going to be lingering through the area for a lot of this evening. Then for our wind forecast, so we've got Florida, as well as the Central Plains, Mississippi Valley once again. So Miami, same reasoning as the hail, just any of those singular storms that hop around those areas could produce some gusty winds as they collapse, or you know, as we get some outflow winds with that. And then out into the southern Mississippi Valley, the southeast, and the Central Plains. That band is going to develop over the DFW area and track eastward. Now it's kind of the opposite of our hail chances, right? As the band develops, our hail chances go down, but our wind chances pick up. So if you guys are in Shreveport or Jackson, that's where it looks like the bulk of that bow shape is going to drive over you guys. So strong winds are very likely into tonight through tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, a lot of this is going to be an overnight risk. So again, just be very weather aware. You know, if you got a weather radio, make sure to have that on and just keep your alerts on. Be weather aware into tonight. Tornadoes are possible, those short, brief spin-ups that we see with those lines, and we've seen them over the past couple of weeks. Now, down into New Orleans and Mobile, chances are lowering a little bit higher for you guys in New Orleans, but then once we get out into the Mobile area for tonight, lowering your chances, but tomorrow that system could track over you and you could get another shot, just depending on how quickly the system moves. Mobile is in a lower end chance for tonight, but it looks better that that system could be tracking over you guys tomorrow morning. Then into the western part of the risk area, so Lawton, low end chance for you guys to see gusty winds, same with Del Rio and through the Austin area, but Abilene, moderate chance for you with those storms that are starting to develop. It's more development is happening through the Wichita Falls, Abilene area, and with that we could see some gusty winds, some rotating storms as well. And as that tracks over, could get a damaging wind gust or two. DFW, high-end chance for you guys, again, with that band that is looking like it's going to be pretty well developed. So high-end chance for you guys to see some gusty winds into tonight, and you could possibly see some hail along with that. So wind-driven hail is a possibility for you guys in DFW. Again, just stay weather aware. So now into tomorrow, there's that developed band that's going to be tracking eastward by 8 a.m., moving its way into the Montgomery area and Birmingham area, just north of New Orleans by 8 a.m. and out of the Jackson, Mississippi area, but then it's going to continue to track eastward, moving into Mobile by 10:30, Atlanta by 10:30. So, you're starting off your morning with a bang as this passes through. Then as it continues to move eastward, we'll start to see some isolated storm development possible ahead of the band. With those, we could continue to see rotation and hail possible once again. And then going to continue off through the eastern states here, through Georgia and South Carolina, working our way through Savannah by around 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, moving into Tallahassee as well and along that 75 corridor, and then it should be off the coast by around 11 p.m. And then we've got the second band that's heading through Memphis by around 7 a.m. tomorrow, or I guess that would be Wednesday. Time's going to be flying as this storm system tracks eastward, so a lot's going to happen over the next few days with Storm System Carter as it continues to make its way through the southern plains and the southeast for the next couple of days. So for our hail forecast into tomorrow, low-end chances across the board of seeing hail. It's mostly going to be a wind risk, but quarters to half dollars scattered throughout the risk area are not impossible. So if you guys are in New Orleans, Jackson, Mobile, Birmingham, any of those areas could see a quarter or two as that system moves along. Again, it's mostly going to be a wind risk. Then out into Atlanta, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, and Columbia. Same thing for you guys, quarters to half dollars are possible with Storm System Carter as it moves over you guys. Better chance here through the Dothan and through the Savannah area to see hail with those singular storms that are expected to develop out ahead of that line, but still a low-end chance overall for most of the southeast to see hail into tomorrow. Now for wind, different story. It's going to be quite an active day in terms of wind for tomorrow with the system passing through. So New Orleans, from New Orleans all the way into South Carolina, we could see wind chances. So low-end chance, oh, I forgot to change the name of that. That is Jackson, Mississippi, but low-end chance of, or moderate chance, I'm sorry, of seeing wind as that system continues to track through. Along that band, as it moves over, we will see likely or strong and damaging wind gusts as well as tornadoes possible. Then as we move into the south central part of Alabama, that's when our storm chances are really going to uptick for tornadoes. So through Savannah, going to see a higher end chance through the central swath here of seeing tornadoes as well as damaging winds. Tallahassee and Atlanta, a moderate chance with that band. And then once we get off to Jacksonville, Wilmington, and Melbourne, Florida, it does seem to be dissipating a little bit as it moves over, so lower end chance for you guys. So quite an active day tomorrow for wind, and then it's going to continue to be an active week after that first cold front passes off the coast. So this is what's developing all of our storms right now, is this smaller trough that's getting ready to move through the southern plains here. So this is what we have today at noon, and that's continuing to disturb the area out ahead of it. Then that's going to track eastward by tomorrow at noon. There's Storm System Carter pushing that along to the east by tomorrow at noon. That's going to continue to move into this warm, unstable environment out through the southeast, and with that cold front, that's going to drive that band of storms out eastward. And then that's going to continue to move off the coast. By Wednesday, we're going to see this trough really start to dip down, and we could see more storms developing along that line just out ahead of Carter for Wednesday afternoon. And that's going to kind of very slowly trek its way eastward after Wednesday. So we'll continue to see East Coast risks through Thursday with Storm System Carter as it makes its way through the U.S. for the next few days. So an active pattern for this week, and we could see an active pattern next week as well. So make sure you guys follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit See First on Facebook so you don't miss our live videos. Hit that notification bell on YouTube so you always catch us. And go follow us on TikTok to see what we're up to on the day-to-day. And then if you want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245, email us at info@hailtrace.com, or check out our website, hailtrace.com, for more details on our company. And we'll keep you updated on your risks as they come, but for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.